This is the story of Insomniac's Spider-Man in 3 minutes. And if you're on Team Xbox, this is the only way you'll get to experience this amazing adventure. Let's begin. 8 years after Uncle Ben's death, Spider-Man is an established crime stopper. Yuri Watanabe enlists Spidey to help finally bring down Wilson Fisk. With Fisk behind bars, crime is sure to come down, except it doesn't. Kingpin's absence creates a vacuum in the criminal underworld. While investigating a break-in at an auction of Fisk's estate, Spidey runs into ex-girlfriend Mary Jane Watson on the beat investigating a secret Oscorp project called Devil's Breath. Sounds safe. Spider-Man fights off demons until they manage to escape with the Devil's Breath file. Peter brings a demon's mask to Martin Lee. Despite his PhD, civilian life isn't any easier for Peter. He works under Dr. Otto Octavius on a revolutionary prosthetic limb controlled by a neural link of Peter's creation until their funding is pulled and assets seized by Oscorp. Peter's evicted. Mayor Norman Osborn holds a rally to honor Officer Jefferson Davis. Osborn receives a threatening call just before demons and suicide bombers ruin the festivities. Peter's spider-sense reveals Martin Lee is behind the attack. The blast knocks Peter out. Jefferson's son Miles Morales rushes into his father's aid. Miles encounters Lee in his altered form, Mr. Negative. Spider-Man sets out to prove Lee orchestrated the bombing. Osborn hires Silver Sable and her mercenaries to combat the demon threat. Spider-Man discovers Lee has a grudge against Osborn and plans to steal the Devil's Breath and use it against him. Developed by Oscorp, Devil's Breath is supposed to be a cure for genetic diseases, but in its current form, it's more of a bioweapon that kills anyone who comes in contact with it in 7 days. Lee steals the virus and attempts to release it in Grand Central Station, but is thwarted by Spider-Man and MJ. Lee is locked away in the Raft, a Supermax prison that is a who's who of infamous villains. While still super salty at Norman, Dr. Octavius and Peter further develop their prosthetic limbs. Otto modifies the limbs to be more advanced, like octopus tentacles. He controls them via Peter's neural link, which seems to be driving Otto insane. Otto reveals he suffers from a degenerative disease that will eventually render his arms useless, hence his tireless dedication to the project. Peter convinces the doc to take a break while they research the harmful effects of the neural link. Spider-Man investigates a breakout at Rikers, another prison neighboring the Raft. After beating up a bunch of prisoners, an explosion at the Raft lures Spider-Man away. He chases Electro through the prison until he's ambushed by the Sinister Six, led by Dr. Octopus. Doc Ock releases Devil's Breath, sending the city into mayhem. Spider-Man overcomes an army of escapees and Sable Goons before uncovering Doc Ock's secret base in Times Square. There, he finds intel on the location of the Sinister Six and Otto's plan to destroy Norman Osborn. Spidey takes down Vulture and Electro, then Rhino and Scorpion. Spider-Man and MJ seek Oscorp's anti-serum to Devil's Breath. MJ sneaks into Norman's penthouse to discover Devil's Breath was created to cure Harry Osborn's secret genetic disease, the same illness that killed his mother. MJ finds a video of a young Martin Lee accidentally killing his parents in an Oscorp experiment. Norman obsesses over Spider-Man and experiments with spiders to try and recreate the web slinger's powers. One of these spiders escapes on MJ. She finds the location of the Devil's Breath cure and jumps off a building to get away. Spidey swings in to get the serum, but Lee is already there. They fight until Spidey convinces Lee to not give in to the negativity. Spider-Man grabs the antidote just in time for Doc Ock to burst into the lab and wreck his shit. Despite numerous broken bones and being clearly outmatched, Peter whips up a new suit to fight Doc Ock. Spider-Man saves Norman and defeats his former mentor. Otto, who knew Spider-Man's identity all along, pleads with Peter to let him go because it was all the neural link's fault. Peter lets the cops take Otto. In the end, Peter is faced with a hard choice. Use the anti-serum to save Aunt May, or the precious little remaining serum to create enough antidote for the whole city. Aunt May asks Spider-Man to remove his mask so she can see her nephew one last time. Apparently, his identity wasn't much of a secret. Peter bids farewell to Aunt May, and the anti-serum is distributed throughout the city. Doc Ock is locked up. MJ and Peter get back together. Miles is bit by the spider that hitched a ride on MJ, and Harry Osborn is revealed to be in a symbiote-filled stasis chamber in Norman's lab. And that's the story of Spider-Man on PS4 in 3 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, like down below, for more content, please subscribe. Goodbye.